Yeah, she is not doing it. She says, I cannot do that. I do not know that. It will work?
Oh yeah, that's good. I think that's great. Good job.
How to start that, how to open that, who will do that?
Well, it's running, right?
Huh?
It's running.
Oh. This tea should also come. You can reduce it.
Like this is better?
My face is okay, I am to get up.
It's fine.
Okay, let us start chanting. Om Shahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvi Shavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May Brahman protect us both, the teacher and the student equally. May he enable us to share the benefit of the learning equally. May we be equally strong to grasp the meaning of the learning. May the learning be equally fruitful to us. May we never be jealous of each other. Peace, peace, peace. So, we were reading about the nature of the Atman, and we are talking about how it can be made realistic. How to experience that. That was the question. That's why it came like that. The verse number 13th, we have read the 12th verse. That 12th verse says, the self cannot be expressed, no vacha, by a speech. You can describe it as long as you can, but by speech you cannot describe the Atman. No manasha, you cannot fathom it by your mind. Mind is the biggest thing which measures for us anything infinite. Or whatever we think, it is through the mind only we do. So he said that it's no manasha, not by mind. Praptung shakko, it can be attained or reached. No chakshusha, not by these eyes. These physical eyes, you cannot see through these eyes because it's too limited. You cannot understand even this infinite sky. It's so limited. So eyes cannot do that, your mind cannot reach that, your speech cannot express that. Then, osti iti bruvato onnatra. But how that can be demonstrated to us or those people who don't believe in it? The only word is it exists. It exists only. Asti iti bruvato onnatra. Which is said that it exists only. The Atman is there. The Brahman is there. People say like that. Yet how you can realize that truth which the sages are talking about, that is the only reality, that exists only. Asti iti. How? Because speech is the way of expressing it. The mind is the way we feel and experience. And our eyes gives us the validity to the sense objects we see. But if all these instruments are insufficient, then how can we expect it? How can we realize it? So the self is beyond speech and thought. The eyes and other organs cannot perceive it. Yet some people, having been inspired by the scriptures and their teachers, believe that it exists. Only the people of faith. Faith means it's not the faith again, not the faith we read in the dualistic religion. God is this and we believe. But those who have their I exist. Can you deny that? You may say, I don't believe in God. But can you say that I am not there? I was not there yesterday. Can you say that? You were there. Your existence, you are always there. From childhood till today, from birth till now, this point, experience of everyone, it does not need any belief. It is that I exist. That's the foundation. And because I exist, then I see through my senses what is this universe. No? You can deny the universe experience is wrong, but you cannot deny your existence. It's a very beautiful argument or logic to support the existence of Brahman, existence of the Atman. Atman means me. Atman in Sanskrit word means me. That me, you cannot deny that me. Your me is present in the waking state, in the dream state, in the sleep state. That means 24 hours is covered. 24/7 it is covered. 365 days it is covered. From childhood till today it is covered. Morning, evening, day, you existed first. Even if you say that I was sleeping, you existed there. So this is a very important point. That outside world may be a virtual reality. One of our brother who lives in our center, he has purchased one, what you call that machine?
Oculus.
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 Oculus. Okay, what is the spelling?
Occulus.
Oculus. Okay, Oculus. So Oculus, and he is seeing, and I am seeing from outside what he is doing. And he is having whole visual universe.
He's crazy.
Huh? So I was saying, what are you seeing? He was flying over the Everest and seeing the Everest beauty. Only one machine, but photographic something. Huh? So that may be illusion. I don't see. We are all other people standing around, we don't see anything. But sometimes he's like, head is covered like that and one machine is like that afterward. And I stood there and he's only turning his face. He's a crazy man doing his behavior. But he is in the virtual reality. But I may say that virtual reality is virtual, it is non-existent. Okay? That much I can say, because I don't see it. You are seeing through some lens and some photographic things is going on and stimulating your certain perception. So okay, that is called virtual. But can you deny that that gentleman is not there? Existence? I exist, I see right or wrong. Right or wrong I see is not the point. Point is can I deny that I exist or not? This is the very foundation of Vedanta. It is that belief. Is it belief? No. Is it your experience? Yes, it is my experience. I cannot deny myself from my life anytime. I am here, then my experiences come. So this is the point. The people here said, how can it be demonstrated to those who do not believe? Here believe means, it is annatra katham tat upalabhyate. How can it be upalabdhi? Upalabdhi means realization. By annatra. If it is not here in this perception, then where can it be understood? It is understood here as existence. Say, really Vedanta if we study Vedanta, it is a big thing, but Vedanta to experience is very simple. Because it is very simple, we don't understand it. If it is complicated, then we try to understand. I understand complicated logic, but I don't understand simple statement. That's why when Bible, Christ says something very simple, I think, oh, it is nothing. It is, everyone can understand, a child can understand. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. It is a statement. What is, anyone can understand. It is not that big. But we understand, if we explain it in such a way, complicated, and your brain does not accept, then you know, it is a real understanding. So, question is that, the truth being very simple, though we see, though we experience, but we cannot recognize that. That is our problem. So that was the question in the verse number 12, which we read the other day, that how can it be experienced by those who have no understanding about it. They say, this book translated, the self cannot be reached by speech, nor by mind, or nor even by the eye. How can it be realized otherwise than from those who say that it exists? No? It is a testified person. I exist? Yes. Similarly, those who have experienced that I not only exist, and that existence is the only reality, if they say something, then you have to follow their footsteps. How otherwise can you understand that existence yourself? That means Guru. Simply they are saying, you need a teacher. Which type of teacher? Who has experienced himself or herself. That teacher, if it comes out the mouth of that type of people, that conviction happens instantly. See, is it not? Look at the Swami Vivekananda came to Ramakrishna, and his direct challenge was, have you seen God? This same question. And what he said? Yes, I have seen. And you can also see. No? It is coming from him, a person who has a realization, who have experienced that, then it becomes tremendously forceful. And then, of course, he gave a little touch of experience, but ultimately he was getting convinced, yes, God is there. So it should come from the person who have experienced. See, we are reading in the Bhakti Yoga the last hour, there also. It should be coming from a person who carries God in his heart. If it comes from his mouth, then it becomes more tangible experience for us. Bhakti, that we get more touch of love for God. But anyone saying will not do, because until and unless they lead that life. So spirituality should come from a person who experienced. That's why you have to believe them. Believe them who have seen God. You have to believe Buddha. You have to believe Krishna. You have to believe Rama. You have to believe Christ. You have to believe Ramakrishna. Because their Holy Mother used that terminology beautifully. He said, Ramakrishna was a person who have seen God. Tini dakha purush, dakha manush. Simple, very simple. Dakha means he has seen. Ramakrishna has seen. Dakha means whom? Whom seeing? God. He is a person who has seen God. So when it comes from there, that's why you see Bible gives inspiration for thousands of years. Dhammapad gives inspiration for thousands of years. You see the Adhyatma Ramayana or all these Ramacharitmanas and all these things which comes out of the experience of the realized soul, that gives solace to people all the ages. Gospel. Well, you can see how many people's life have been transformed by reading the Gospel. They got a new life out of reading that. Swami Vivekananda's words. So it should come from them who have experienced that. And if they say, yes, God exists, then we get convinced. If you don't believe them, then where will you go? If you don't believe the scientists, you being a student of science, you say, I don't believe in Einstein. Then how do you be a student of the science then? You may challenge that. You may be more than Einstein, true. But first you have to believe the fundamentals and then go in such a level, yes, you can say further truth has come out. But your belief should be there on those scientists. So it is said, spiritual scientists believe. Without that you cannot get. Now, this is a very good guidance for our daily meditation. That says, Osti iti eva upalabdhavya. Osti iti eva upalabdhavya. It has become so big, you know. So I am reading very slowly. Osti iti eva upalabdhavya. Osti iti eva upalabdhavya. Tattva bhavena cha ubhaya. Tattva bhavena chubhaya. Again, Asti itte bhopalabdhabhya. Asti iti eva upalabdhabhya. Tattva bhavena chubhaya. Tattva bhavena chubhaya. Asti itteva upalabdhabhasya. Asti iti eva upalabdhasya. Asti iti eva upalabdhasya. Tattva bhava prasidati. Tattva bhava prasidati. Those who have proofread, they should have hyphenated it. For us, it would have been much easier to read it. Otherwise, it's a long sentence. In Sanskrit also. But we honor the original, that's why we don't want to disturb that. But if it is written for our purpose, it should be hyphenated or short version. It is a conjoined sentence. Sanskrit can join. It may be one line, may be whole page. You have to know where to break, where to split it. It is splitting. Two things joined together. So that's why it has become complicated. So what it says, Osti iti eva upalabdhavya. Osti means existence, is being, existing. Iti, thus, eva, alone, upalabdhavya. It should be realized. So what you have to realize? You have to realize God is. Brahman is. I am. Everything is existence, is. Even you say it is darkness, so darkness is positive or negative. If you compare with light, you can say opposite, but darkness exists. Existence-wise, you cannot deny it. You may say light exists, yes. Existence-wise, light is there. Existence-wise, darkness is there. Existence-wise, your knowledge is there. Your forgetfulness is also there, is it not? Exist if you say, both opposites exist. So our emphasis goes on the opposites. Our focus goes on to the realities of life, and we forget existence part. As I said, I exist from my birth till now. I do not know what is that I, because I see my body is not the same body. I see my knowledge is not the same knowledge. All the perception is not the same perception. But I, as a person, I am there all the time. I. In you, behind all of you. Can you deny yourself anytime? No. So the point is that I may have gone through bad time. I may gone to depression. I may gone to the high mood. I may be rich sometime. I may be poor sometime. I went for some suffering, physical suffering. I am very happy sometime. But whatever these things come and go, I must be there. You are using I first and then talking about your experience. I was in darkness. Oh, I misunderstood. I understand now. All these things, I, you see, always I is also unique. And the grammarians knew that I is not the small I. Though text messaging people are doing with small I, but that is not grammatically correct, is it not? People when they text message, they say I am going, so I is small sometimes. But I always should be big, capital, is it not? No one can write I in small letter. It should be capital always. Why capital? Because that is. It cannot be changed. I may be wise, I may be fool, but I am a fool, I am wise. Wise and foolness, these two are the moods which come over me, but I exist. So this is the very important philosophy and also practice. Just Vedanta is so simple. While walking, talking, doing anything, just let us say, I exist. I am. These things are coming and going, but I am all the time. I am. Meditate on this. From morning till now, what you have done? You see, your I is the same I. Wake up, did this, did that, went to shrine, took a shower, breakfast, went for what, do this. I, see, he is not changing. He is always the same, with observer and existing. It never ends. There is no beginning. When I started, my waking time starts. My sleep time starts. My dream time starts and ends. But I never started, never ended. You don't say, oh, I was not there. Even you go to hospital and doctors may take you to what you call giving some what is called anesthesia, and then so I do not know how 1 hour passed. You say, you see, you are there still now. They put anesthesia. You are not aware. You know that you are not aware. That knowledge is there. I know I existed. I knew that thing happened. I do not know. I do not know. You know that much. Not knowing, you know. That means that is existing. And that is a chetana, consciousness. Yes.
Maharaj, when you say you have an I, each one of us have an I. I have an I. So this I is the same.
I the same, yeah.
It's just one.
Right. I the same. Electricity is the same. Lighted this bulb or that bulb, or even this bulb. I is the same I everywhere. It has no beginning, no end. That's why I call Atman. I am everywhere. Why Vedanta says, I am in every being. I am in the sky. I am in the earth. I am everywhere. Atma adhasta. Upanishad declares these experiences. Atma adhasta. Atma means I am myself. Is below. I am above. I am on the east, I am in the west, I am in the north, I am in the south. Atma uparishta. Atma eva idagum sarvam. I, that big I, is everywhere. It is everything. When knowledge comes out, even we are going through this I all the time, capital I. But we always think I am small I, because identified with this body, mind, emotions. And all the craziness and crazy behavior we do with my small I. Forgetting my big I, capital I, identifying that capital I with these little things, I think this is me. And there is my suffering, there is my joy. there is my failure, there is my success. But these things don't come into the picture if we go back to the I consciousness behind.
Swamiji, when Moses saw God in the fire, he asked God, "What shall I tell to the people of Israel?" And God answered, "Tell them that I am that I am. Send me. I am that I am. Send me.
I am that I am,
Send me."
send me.
I am. God answered, "I am that I am. Who sent me?"
Who sent me? Now here is a dualistic language, here is a non-dualistic language. There is no one to send, no one to receive, because I only am. And when you come down one level, then that big I, God, have sent me, and that I am going back to Him. This coming, going will be considered there in the level of dualism. Whereas absolute one, this is the I we are talking about. Here I is the same I. What I am, for my analysis, I am thinking I. Which I? That unchanging I, undying I, birthless I, deathless I. That I. And that I is all the time there. So think that I am all the time. And this which is associated with I, now because of my ignorance, I am thinking this I needs freedom. This I is emotionally upset. This I, reflected I, is angry. So these are the weaknesses of the small I. Therefore we say, "Oh big I, oh God, please help me to go to you, go back to you. Lift me from this ignorance to the light." Is it not? It's a dualistic language. Vedanta language, go back to your home, say I.
No, if God said, "I am that I am," then He's saying.
God is a dualistic God when He says. He is not absolute God. God cannot say anything. Absolute God will not say anything.
But in a sense, He's saying, "I am existence.
I am.
I am that I am.
But
I exist."
yeah, the dualistic language will say, "Yes, I am that I am, but you come to me." That means he is making that I am that I, so I am speaking before you as Ramakrishna, as angel, as divine entity, and I am saying, "Hey, come back to me." Christ said, ye who are heavily laden, come to me. It is like that call. So it is the same thing in
Dualistic language.
language. Dualistic language and non-dualistic language.
It will be like Hanuman's prayer to Rama, which is dualistic, but at the last, at the very end, he realizes he and Rama are one. But along the way, they are always separate. Monkey and Aryan conqueror,
Right.
subject and king. The distance prevails till the end. But also to go back to the small I, which is a psychophysical embodiment, which catches the light of the Sakshi and therefore has that power of consciousness to be the witness to all things that happen in our life. But actually it's not the psychophysical entity that has that capacity. It's only that which is reflected in the psychophysical entity. And when that drops, it's only the big I. And what does the big Sakshi see? Really nothing, because there would be nothing to see.
But Sakshi will be still body, subtle body remains. If he is not a realized soul, then he transmigrates. That means his Sukshma Sarira remains and he is the observer there also. That consciousness reflects there.
But at the level of the Sakshi, there really is.
In that actually there is nothing. In the level of the Sakshi or witness, so long you say witness, then we are also bound. Witness means someone is witnessing, I am witnessing, this is the object there. So whenever you use the word Sakshi, we use the witness word from separating ourselves from the objects where we are unnecessarily identifying. And then going to that Sakshi stage, you say, who is Sakshi? There is no two. Everything drops. But so long the body-mind is with us, identification will be there. No one has the escape.
We ourselves set up the subject-object
That is the way.
and then we are caught in it.
Yeah, got into it. Yeah.
This little I is the ego.
Yeah, this small I is a reflection. Our ego is a small reflection of the big I. If the big I is not there, no reflection. The sun is not there in the sky. You cannot have a small glass of water. You can see the reflection of sun there also. But the sun is not that. That's the little ego, bound by the glass and the water of the mind. This is the body, this is the container, and the mind is there in it, and sense organs are there. That light is reflected. It is that light, sun's light. But break that, it is the sun, only sun. This reflected image can be driven away. But that which is there, whose reflection was there, it cannot go. Ramakrishna gave the example. There are 10 mud pots filled with water. And there are 10 reflections of the same sun. And it may be colored. You may keep some different colored waters. You will see the sun colored. Sun is not colored. And sun's reflection you see, it is sun. No, it is not the sun. It is small eye. Break one. What does it go? The small eye? It go back to the race, to the where it was. Break. The 9 ego remains, 8 ego remains. Like that. Reduce. And last one break. What will happen? That I and I alone. The sun, eternal sun. There is, who will say it is witness? To say witness, you need another person. In that experience, you cannot say there is a witness. Okay, so it says that Vasti, it is being or existing, this das, evo alone upalabdhabhu, is to be realized. Tattvavena means, tattvava means truth. What tattva means? The truth, ultimate truth. Ultimate truth is that self is bliss, that self is consciousness. First the existence, then comes manifestation, and then comes the ananda, bliss. So these 3 things, Sat, Chit, Ananda, remember that 3 points. First they talked about only is part, existence part. Second is there this light manifesting part. Third is the heat part. The existence part, Balvi is there. But not only Balvi is there, Balvi is glowing, conscious aspect, that. And where is there a consciousness, there is heat also. So Sat, Chit, Ananda. So these 3 are inseparable, but we are separating for our analysis, for our understanding, so that we can make a step-by-step journey into that. Upalabdhampa. So reality and ubhaya, that means of these 2, what first you have to take, Asti iti eva upalabdhampa. Our spiritual practice should be of that very self which is earlier realized as existence, that is to be first taken into our practice. God is there. The Atman is, I am. Real I, not the reflected I, not the small I, identified with the body, mind, emotion, ego. Not I, not that. I am. That I, go back to the cosmic I, the big I, capital I, and coming back to that again and again. Then if you practice tattva bhava, the mood, the experience of the tattva, of the real truth, Satchidananda, will spontaneously proceed. It means it will come by its own. With your own, this, if you maintain this practice, then spontaneously that pleasing experience will come in your life. So that is the Upanishad says that when a person has all his heart. No. When the first and foremost, one has to have the realization of the cosmic self, Paramatman. He is using a dualistic language, Paramatman, Jivatman, etc. But next, one must try to realize the true nature of the self. We should know what is our true nature. Between the two categories of people, those who have the conviction that the cosmic self exists, and those who lack that conviction, the chances are that the self will reveal itself to the former. Oh, he has explained in a different way. But anyhow, so the idea is that first we have to start our spiritual journey. Where? That is the point. First start from yourself. Start from finding who is the I here, who exists. Because of that existence, the world exists. If I am not there, what is the use of my world? My world is what? I am here, that's why my world experience. If I am not here, suppose we are in a Hollywood temple now. Our existence is here. This is real for us. See, if I am in some other place, say I am in New York, the New York is there and the other thing goes away, no? So first you hold on to start yourself, I am. And then move on to the other aspects of Brahman as existence added with the consciousness and also bliss. 3, they will spontaneously reveal in our heart. And you have to believe, he is linking with the previous verse, that believing the statements of the sages, the seers of truth. Those who have seen the truth, believe them. First don't say they are wrong. You practice this way and then you will reach the ultimate experience. So, first one must intellectually have the conviction that the cosmic self, that means big I, exists. But this is only the beginning. One has to go much further. After this conviction, one has to intensify one's spiritual efforts so that the self finally reveals itself. The revelation comes as an experience, direct and personal, and it takes place independent of the sense organs. Yes, when ultimate realization comes, you have read, the eyes do not see, the speech cannot express, mind cannot fathom. So that cannot come when our other imperfections are there. When one gets perfected, that will be the revelation. That means mind has no function there. Your senses have no function there. And see, look at Ramakrishna, look at Ramana Maharshi, look at other great people. They have their body, but they are not in the body. They have not seen anything through these eyes. They are remaining in samadhi. When you look at Rama, you see when Swami Brahmananda Maharaj's photograph you find, his eyes are somewhere else. He is their body. He was having some hubble bubble with a pipe, and it dropped from his hand, and it is dead. It is not moving. No. They become like a dead body. Ramakrishna, tested by the doctor Sarkar, could not find the pulse beat. Physical body dead. Eyes are not rolling. He poked the eye in the finger, in the eyes. Eyelid didn't drop. So, the eyes are there, he is not there. This is the beauty. So, it proves that eyes cannot see that. Your mind is absent there. Body does not function there. So, you cannot. Only by your moving in this direction given here, one can reach that realization. And that realization is your own experience, and that cannot be negated. So with this experience, one realizes the true nature of the cosmic self, that the cosmic self is attributeless. Yeah, it proves that the cosmic self cannot be described with any attribute, any glorification. Oh, God is love, God is... God is love, you feel like love only. There is no God, never is. Only love. That's why those people who come down, they become full of love. And their love is genuine love, selfless love. So that comes spontaneously. You need not to have to practice charity and to grow love for humanity. Yes. Their love, look at it, who is not? All the saintly people, their love flows spontaneously for everyone. And there is no limitation of their personality, the boundary. What is called that? Doctors Without Boundary. There is an organization.
Without borders.
Without
Borders.
borders. Doctors Without Borders. So this is also God without border. Your love without border. That happens. And our starting point, love with me. I love myself. I love my things. And then spirituality, that's why Swamiji said, when you become spiritual, your love flows all is me. Anyone suffering is my suffering. Anyone is happy, I am happy. Identification goes on. Spontaneously it happens. That is called spiritual life. That's why every day we can analyze ourselves, whether we are becoming spiritual or non-spiritual. Testing is that how my feeling of myself is going. Is it my selfishness is growing or selfishness is going away, leaving me? My boundary or the border is becoming restricted to this much, 5 feet 4 inches, this body-mind complex, and me and my joy, my suffering, my excitement, my this, me. All is expanding, and then is boundary, beyond all border, beyond all boundary. Then is spirituality. And for a spiritual seeker, it may be a sadhana, practice, but a realized soul spontaneously behaves like that. They need not have to think. They don't think that I will have to do good to the world. I give an example. 2 people are walking in the street. One person will see a boulder in the middle of the road and he goes away. Some people will say, oh, this boulder is there or this stone is there. Someone should remove it. And 3rd person comes and he makes his own effort to remove that. Nobody has told him to do anything. Who is spiritual? 3rd party is spiritual. Because he is feeling lest others fall into some difficulty. No, there's a question. So how every day that expansion is happening, that is to be very watched carefully about our spiritual growth. And that means I. And that I expands everywhere. I am only everywhere. And that I am the big I, which is called Paramatman in the language, Paramatman, Brahman, etc. All dualistic language, anything you say, you can understand you are correct. That's why Swami Vivekananda could not sleep when there was a volcanic eruption in Fiji whole night, no? And next day Swami Vijnananda Maharaj found that really there was a volcanic eruption at the time when Swami Vivekananda was restlessly walking in Belur, Alam Bazar Mott. Alam Bazar Mott, this story happened in Alam Bazar Mott. So it's spontaneous. See, he is sitting in Belur Mott in those days. Where is Belur Mott? Where is Fiji? How he can understand there's so many people suffering? Because it is oneness. In the level, so long you are in the body level, your expansion, border, it goes beyond the border of the parameter of the body. Not only your group of people, go beyond that parameter, go everywhere, no? Then it expands in all directions. Ramakrishna could not even, was suffering for the pain, for the grass, somebody is walking on the grass, no? Expansion of this consciousness goes on. This book has given some explanation, let me read. That the self is first to be realized as existence, and then as it really is. A good translation. The self is first to be realized as existing. First say, there is something existing. And testify yourself. It is existing, otherwise you cannot live, breath, breathe a moment. You are. That the existence behind this body-mind. And then, as it really is, then you will understand, as it is really. Of these aspects, the real nature of the self, capital, that has been known as merely existing, becomes evident to the seeker. You start practicing this and it becomes spontaneous. It becomes evident ultimately to the seeker who is searching for the truth. Though this stanza will read as a riddle to the not well initiated, it is a direct statement to all those who know the Shastra, the scripture. And this holy man, sadhu, is sure that all of you in this Jagnasala, that means this sacrificial ground, are today really full-blown Vedantins, to whom this passage must be automatically clear. The Atma Chaitanya, the self-consciousness, can be realized either as conditioned in its manifestations or in itself, as such without any of its attributes, and therefore as pure witness of all the states of consciousness. At many places during his discourses, Lord Death had already pointed out to Nachiketa that a meditator meditating upon the symbol of truth, that is Om, considering it to be represent the Brahman, lower Brahman, shall attain the joys of the Hiranyagarbha. And if, on the other hand, one meditates on the Om as a symbol of the attributeless, pure consciousness, the practitioner fulfills his meditation and actually realizes in him the absolute and all-pervading reality. Sri Shankara in this commentary comments upon this stanza in the true spirit of the very text. So what Shankara says here, that if you chant the mantra Om and think that Om is the Hiranyagarbha, means one step down from the absolute Brahman, then what will happen? Shall attain the joy of Hiranyagarbha. Then you will reach that plane with a separation, and in that separation point you will enjoy the bliss. Understand point? If you worship Om as a symbol of Hiranyagarbha or Ishvara or the personal God, if you do that, then you reach there by your practice, identify there, as God is always in blissful state, because beyond one step down you go, it is absolute joy. To experience that joy, he has become God, one step down. No. It's called the Ramakrishna told about that merging into that, you are totally gone. You come out of that and stand on the threshold, then what happens? You experience the joy itself. It is called, I don't want to be sugar. Jumping into it, sugar. You want to keep a separation? I want to taste the sugar. So it is that state. So if you meditate chanting Om, thinking that I will go to the personal God, you reach their personal God and enjoy the bliss of the personal God, because that is so close to the absolute God, absolute Brahman. So that is the thing. That's why I call Om, considering it to represent the lower Brahman. He is using two terms. Lower Brahman. There is no lower Brahman, there is no upper Brahman. But he is talking about that absolute Brahman, or Brahman in name and form is called God, personal God. So personal God, impersonal God. Impersonal God is Brahman. So he says one can go up to that and experience joy there, and shall attain the joys of the Hiranyagarbha. And if one, on the other hand, you think that Om means Satchidananda Brahman, absolute Brahman, beyond time space, then you will reach the pure consciousness. The practitioner fulfills his meditation and actually realizes in him, he feels himself the absolute, all-pervading reality. That means the drop merges into the ocean. Is it clear or not? All, please tell me, any question?
So Swami, it would be like the distinction there is between meditating on Om Sri Ramakrishna and meditating Om Tat Sat Om.
Even on Tat Sat, you can think that it is personal. It is what you think the target of Om. Om is absolute, Bhur Bhuvassa and beyond, all included Om, that is absolute Brahman. And if you think of anything less, then you are coming down one step.
Sat is existence.
Right?
Sat is truth. It's
No, the
existence.
truth is everywhere.
Yes.
Don't worry
When
about
you
that.
say Om Tat Sat Om, there is no personal God.
No personal, but Om, what you are thinking. Thought means, thought is the
So
question.
then only Om.
Doubtful, what is thought? Thought means personal, Hiranyagarbha, or different aspects of God. Anyone can think in different way. Here, it is straightening your thinking process.
So
What you think of Om as the absolute, then you will ultimately merge there, and you will. And if you are little less than that, you go and enjoy and experience that joy, and then Kromo Mukti, gradually go and merge after millions of years. You can go back to the absolute.
So what would be the correct mantra for the second one? Just Om?
For us, let us, every one of us, in whatever level we are,
No, but
you
what-
can think Ramakrishna the absolute.
but in
Ramakrishna is only name. Every evening prayer we see Chit Ghanakaya, Niranjana, Nararupadhara, Tus. The same. It is playing a, what you call the swinging between the absolute and the form. So you can think Ramakrishna as absolute. You can think Ramakrishna as with qualities. That's the point. You may say Ramakrishna is not the point. What you think of Ramakrishna is the point. That's why Swami Premeshananda ji has written a song. Some say you are, O Ramakrishna, you are a sadhaka, a spiritual practitioner. And you are great among the spiritual practitioners. Some say, oh, you are like gods. There are so many gods, you are one God. Kehodai Toma Devotarama. So give respect, honor to you, thinking that you are like God. But for me, I have given up all your glories. You are this, you are that, you are that. Gauravasham tajiye diyechi hridaye asana dan. I have given you a seat in my heart, which is beyond all attributes. Aponi kurile aponar puja. You worshipped in the Kali temple? Whom you worshipped? You worshipped yourself. Aponar stutigan. You say, oh mother, mother, you are talking to you. So the point is that with the mantra Ramakrishna, you can think that you are thinking of the absolute. Or you can think of penultimate Brahman, Ramakrishna. Or you can think he is a great sage. Or you can think he is a great sadhu. Or you can say he is a good man in the society. Whatever the level you think. So this emphasis is that what you think about the absolute.
Can you do the same thing with Shiva?
Yeah, everything. You call Shiva, you call Kali, you call Durga, you call Brahma, you call Buddha, you call for Hinduism. Hinduism everywhere, these are only names and forms of the different divine entity. Matters little. If you are Shiva devotee, think.
You can do Shiva as God as form and
Yeah,
God
yeah,
without form.
yeah. Shiva dancing is what Shiva is in the form. And Shiva is absolutely mild and no talk, nothing. This body is only falling at the feet of Makali. What is that Shiva?
Shava.
Shava means dead. Death. Dead Shiva. Dead Shiva, physical body is there, he is not in the physical world. So Hinduism is very simple. You replace the name of Ramakrishna, Rama, Krishna, Kali, Shiva, it does not matter for Hindus. Just go there. Reach there. That is to be understood. That is the beauty of Hinduism. People don't understand. We are worshipping 1,000 gods and goddesses. We are not worshipping 1,000 gods and goddesses. We are worshipping one God. But it is you go to a shopping mall and you have varieties of choices. You can take this, you can take that, you can take that, which pleases you, and you will be comfortable in that type of practice and move on. And ultimately will reach the same goal. That consciousness. Sri Shankara commented upon this mantra and says that the Upanishad is here warning the seekers against meditating upon the truth as manifested with attributes. Come to the point. Don't meditate on Ramakrishna as limited in the attributes. He was a good guy. Oh, he suffered for the humanity. He took away the sin of Girish Ghosh. Oh, he touched him. These are good things. But go beyond. He is the absolute God. So this is the point. Shankara is warning the seeker against the meditating upon the truth as manifesting with attributes. And that is vigorously advocating the meditating. She means here Upanishad. And that she is vigorously advocating the meditation upon the absolute truth. Hey, this is the point. What Premeshananda Maharaj used to do that practice. Sometimes attributeless Ramakrishna and sometimes with attribute. Attributeless when you are in Brahman consciousness. But when you are suffering, you have some stomach pain, then say, oh Ramakrishna, you are the God of the world, please help me. I am in difficulty, please rescue me. Yeah, you keep your option both ways. Why you should be one-sided? So Ramakrishna devotees are really safe in that way. When they want, they can go to the absolute aspect. And when in trouble, they say, oh Ramakrishna, please help me. And it does not contradict philosophically. Because when I am in the body consciousness mode, I appeal to that who can understand my language. You cannot say to the wall, hey wall, help me. Wall cannot help you. But if you can tell somebody who has little softness for you, come out and can help you. So it is not for his kindness, but for my connecting with him. Otherwise I will think of my body. Better to think of Ramakrishna as a manifested divine divinity, full of love, full of compassion, came to remove the sufferings of humanity. Take that aspect and then pray and cry and weep. You see, results come. So, according to the above text book, Shankara's commentary falls short of the mark, and that a closer hit would have been gained by directly explaining the mantra to hint at a warning that the meditator should meditate upon truth as existence and not as non-existence, as some of the Buddhistic schools of philosophers maintain, along with the section of the Indian logicians, Naiyayikas. He is going to more logical, philosophical discussion. He says that, Shankara says that you either meditate on the absolute aspect of Brahman. Don't go to the God with attributes. Don't stay there. But here, this Swami, writer of the book, he is saying that there is another opinion also. Shankara have emphasized that. But it is also indicated that don't meditate upon the existence as not. Buddhism says ultimately there is nothing. No? Don't meditate on God as nothing. Rather, meditate on God as existence. That's also another philosophical good stand. Buddhism will say ultimate truth is nothing. That's the Sunnavada. So he says that don't take that stand. Upanishad directly says meditate on God as existence. Where do you get the word non-existence? You are saying Shunna means not existing. Where do you get that point? Here Upanishad is directly saying the realization of the sages are hinting at God is. And he is saying do that, start from there. And then you will reach the ultimate when you find it everywhere. So it is actually, you can say, Upanishad is directly contradicting with the concept of the Buddhism. That is his one idea, you can take it or. And Naiyayiks also, they don't believe that they maintain the same section of the Indian logician, that non-existence, nasti. He who realizes the Atman as the very essence of existence, has realized the Atman. He who realizes the Atman, I, as I discussed so many times, that I inside, as I, who have understand this realization, intellectual realization. Now we all understand I am. That is intellectual understanding. But anything happens, you pinch me, then I cry. That I goes away. That's intellectual. Realistically, in the physical body, if you have stomach pain, then that I goes away. That I does not go. I cannot identify that side. I identify the body side. Anything you tell me, I get wounded in heart. My emotion gets hurt. I identify there itself, not that side. So this is the weakness. So he who realizes first intellectually that Atman, the self, as the very essence of my existence, he will gradually realize the Atman. In thus realizing, the successful seeker in his meditation comes to contact himself with the plane of consciousness, wherein he realizes that the source of all life to be pure existence only. Existence in itself is a term used to differentiate the existence of a thing from the existence as such. Existence and the existence of the thing. See, here table is, but table may go. Then it becomes space is. Is does not go anywhere. Existence cannot be annihilated from anywhere. This is here, it may not be here. But space is will remain. This body is here, body may not be here. But isness cannot be denied. So this is the first spiritual practice. That is, I am. Atman is. This is the first starting point. Not nothing. But you can see nothing means not the thing. As I always say, make it very simple. No thing exists. I am existing means I am forgetting about other thing and that my consciousness or that I am going back into myself. Existence in a thing, existence of a thing, quote, is well known to us. Again, existence of things, they are well known to us. The pews are there, floor is there, chandelier is there, roof is there, door is there, wall is there. Is, that I know. Is known in its qualified or conditioned state. That existence is limited in the space, length, breadth, height, width, etc. Truth is the subjective knowledge of existence as such to be the very nature of knowledge absolute. The pure state of being is declared in the Upanishad as the essence of the self-realization moment. He who reaches this state of knowledge reaches the supreme goal of life and rises from the seat of meditation, not as the very same mortal who went to it, but as the God-man upon earth. One goes, that's why it is said, every day we go back to our real self. When?
Sleeping.
In our deep sleep. In our deep sleep, we go from the gross, we go from our dream world, then we go to a state which is very peaceful. The Fitbit, this one, if you tune it, it will tell you sometimes in your night when you have a deep sleep. Yeah. Yes. When you have disturbed sleep. And when you go to deep sleep, that is the moment you have gone so far here, that is the Atman. Only the layer, there is a veil of ignorance. That's why Upanishad says, every day we go back to our own self and hit that ground. And that's why you become very peaceful, because it is close to the proximity, closest proximity to Brahman, my real self, my I, real I. But what happens? We come back the same old guy with all old habits and all old anger, frustration, negativity, good, bad. But once you go with meditation and penetrate that well, then you come back as God-man. That's the last sentence. You go as an ignorant person, we start our spiritual journey and go deeper, deeper, deeper inside and hit that ground which was a blockage. And because you are going consciously, that darkness is, that veil drops off. You are taking a flashlight and going into a dark tunnel. What happens? You can get out of the tunnel and see the light. But you have no light. You go and you go, it is a nice thing to be comfortable. There is no anxieties, worries, this, that, and you feel comfort. But comfort comes from where? Because of this presence of the self. But we don't understand that. We foolishly go there and come back. That's why we are every day going. The Upanishad says, ahani, ahani, every night, all of us, once or twice we go and touch that. Only yogis can have more deep sleep. We do not have deep sleep. Maybe one fraction, maybe 1,000 part of a second you may touch that ground. And that you say, oh, I slept very well. You slept very well because you touched that ground where the ignorance is there, beyond that is infinite knowledge and bliss. That gives you so much bliss that you feel, oh, I have a good sleep. I am refreshed now. No? And you say, oh, I could not sleep whole night. That means you are tossing this way, that way. Huh? So, whole night sleeping, but you don't get rest. Touching for a split second, you get the joy. See what is the power of that which is beyond. So, it says that we become ignorant, but when we can really go there with consciously meditating on Om or my real self or going back to the I consciousness, and then naturally, spontaneously, the ultimate truth will reveal in itself, and you come back after that experience as a God-man. You will be walking, then people will flock around you. Even fake people, those who show that they have realized God, so many people are around, but when you realize God, then all will run after you. Ramakrishna giving the example, when the flower blossoms, all the bees will running after that flower to get the honey. You don't send any invitation letter, hey, there is a meeting today, come here. And nobody comes. But when the flower blossoms, all the bees run from different corner to suck the honey there. So this is the beauty of meditating on the self as Om, the absolute, or Om in whatever level. So this is the one idea. No? Thank you.
But Swami, mostly we go in as fools and come out as fools.
Yeah, that's true.
Change.
Yeah, but we can change that if we practice this more. That is the indication of the Upanishad. And that's true. Upanishad is giving a statement that you really do that, but also Upanishad is telling this is the way you come to the light and have your own experience. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Gunaktu Saha Virjam Karvavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Bahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Panam Astu. Thank you.
Okay.